All right, I'm ready to record another Solana video. Better check the comments on the previous one. Let's see what we got over here. Solana is dead just like any other coin. What? What does that even mean? Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Solana. Hopefully I don't get any dumb comments like that on this video, but we are on the daily chart and I am not a financial advisor by any means. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, it's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the video. Now, we do have a descending broadening wedge over here. So basically this is sort of a falling wedge, right? So, but it's turned to the other side. Basically, we usually have, you know, actually this is a rising wedge. So usually we have rising wedges to the right side, basically, but here we have it from the left side descending down. So this is a descending broadening wedge, basically. And the broadening aspect of this pattern just shows that this team of the sellers is dying off, right? And what is the target, you say? Well, the target is where the wedge was created. Obviously, that is $259, basically. So that is our target out of this pattern. So that's what we're going to be targeting. Okay, so that is the target for now. Next up, we do have another swing high that we need to address, and it's a little fake out from the wedge over here. As you can see, the resistance over here, we had a couple of candles above, broke down below. So this is a swing high that we need to address as well, because we are potentially going to get rejected from that zone as well. We're going to throw in a fib retracement to see how that all plays with our current local bottom, because I think this is the local bottom, unless obviously Bitcoin has another flash crash. And I keep reminding you guys of the potential of another flash crash because it is still possible. People are still expected to start taking the profits out of their crypto to pay off the taxes, to avoid taxation, or just to postpone it until the next year or whatever, however the US citizens do it. So you can potentially expect another move to the downside with crypto, and this is where our $138 Solana price tag or price prediction comes into play. This is where this support level should hold if we have another flash crash. So I would recommend just having a buy order somewhere around $140, okay? Now, obviously, what we're expecting is a break from this pattern, potentially a back test of support. That is also something that's possible. But usually when you break horizontal resistance lines like this, you usually go and do that with authority. So you can potentially be testing this resistance level. And as you can see, we've held this level as resistance previously. Let me just fix that price tag for you. Actually, I'm just going to add in a new one so it seems a bit bigger. There you go. $204.50 is your price target. For now, obviously the price target from the pattern is $260, but from where we are right now to $204.50, that's a 15% trade. To the previous swing high, that's 31%, and to the target of the pattern, that's 45%. Now, like I said, it's these times are good for dollar cost averaging, and dollar cost averaging into Solana is pretty good right now. Obviously, if you have been buying Solana over here around the $200 price range, and you're not buying it down here, well then, you maybe you have to rethink your strategy, buddy. Okay, now let's throw the Fibonacci retracement. So this is potentially our swing low over here, right? So that is going to be the swing low. That's going to be the zero level of the Fib retracement. And our swing high is going to be over here where our wedge was created, basically. So there we go. So we broke through the 0.236, held it as support multiple times. Nice double bottom pattern over here. And right now, we're hitting our head on the 0.382 over here, as you can see. So $183 is our little resistance. That is where the resistance of the wedge is. And that is where the 20 EMA is at the moment. And we've been hitting our head on the 20 EMA for a couple of times already. And we can get sent back down to the 0.236 with another bounce off the 20 EMA. So $169 is your nice support level. Obviously, I always recommend to have the buy orders just slightly above the support zones, just so you increase your chances of getting filled. That's the basic idea of it. Another resistance level you can look for is the 55 EMA. You usually have, wicks off that 55 EMA. So 6.5% basically is a nice trade from where we are right now. Obviously, maybe you should just wait for a bit before getting into Solana because the markets are recovering right now. But for all I know, we can absolutely explode from here and get to, our, targets in the next couple of days, obviously, and you're going to miss out. And I'm going to miss out if I don't buy in right now, but nobody knows what's going to happen. That's why the best strategy is to dollar cost average. So let's say you have $100 right now, put in $25 right now. If we go a bit lower, put in another 25. If we go even lower, put in another 25. But if we then start coming up and we hit our head on the resistance, maybe just put in another $25 at the first buy that you had. So that's the basic idea of it, right? And if you put in 25 right now and you start going higher, maybe you can just put in another 25 once you back test this resistance level as support. So many ways to diversify and to, spread out your buys, but buying all in at one price is never a good idea. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this pattern. So after we break this swing high at $260, you're looking at $365 as our 1.618 Fib retracement over here. This 1.618 at $410 is from the large Fibonacci retracement that we have. And the large Fibonacci is set up all the way from January over here with the swing low in January and the swing high being over here in May, basically. So that's why we have two 1.618 targets over there, so don't get confused. So this one on the right is from the smaller Fib that we have. Now, jumping into the daily RSI, you can see that we had these two support and resistance levels on the RSI. We broke through both of them actually at the time of recording this video. So potentially what we can do is break through the resistance of that, of the resistance of the wedge, basically. This is the price action. You break through that, back test as support. This can co-align with a break of this resistance of the RSI and a back test of support of 45.2 on the RSI. So just keep in mind the RSI and the price action do have resistance levels, and sometimes they're very similar. For example, we do have a horizontal resistance right now on the RSI. So if I do something like that, if I get a trend line, right, and I do that and I just bring in another color. So this pink trend line, as you can see, what is happening right now is we've been rejected from this zone multiple times previously. And right now, as soon as you start breaking this pink trend line, that is when potentially you're going to start breaking that white resistance line on the descending broadening wedge. So keep that in mind. These are correlated. These are heavily correlated. And once you see a break of resistance on one chart, the oscillators can actually copy and have the exact same effect. And then you look for a support level on 45.26, right? Or you can even come back as low and back test the pink trend line once again, and from there keep on moving on. Obviously, you do have this 40.2 on the RSI as a nice support level as well. But pretty much that's everything that we have for Solana for today. Hopefully you won't leave any dumb comments in the comment section. And thank you for watching. We are going to catch you in the next video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat, a Discord server, and a Patreon as well. Make sure to check out the Patreon. 29 exclusive posts for patrons already in there. So if you subscribe right now, you're going to get all of those, straight to your door, basically. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.